Morning. Welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. My name is Sara, and we're about to begin in a few minutes at 4 this morning. So join me on the mat and make yourselves comfortable. Let's find a nice, comfortable position as we set up this morning. This would be a great time to gather any props you may need. I have a blanket. You could use a towel, pillow. I also have blocks. Don't feel you need these things. These are just options. Maybe grab a water. Always great to, or important, should I say, to hydrate. Yes, welcome. It is Friday. Just make yourselves comfortable. We're not getting into any particular pose right now. We're just getting ready on our mats this morning. Yeah, 30-minute flow. We will work on a little balance this morning, but we will ease into it. Lots of modifications as always. Listening to our own individual bodies. Each day is different. So we will start in probably a couple of minutes. And again, if you're just joining us, welcome. We're going to start our 30-minute class very shortly. Make through another week. It's Friday. Yoga on Friday is always a great way to start the weekend. Okay, make yourselves comfortable. Grab any props that you may need or not need. Really just depends on the day. Each pose can feel different each and every day. Different things going on with our bodies, our lives, and it can really affect how we are in some pose. So, super important when we practice to have no judgment, only acceptance of where our body is in that moment. Okay, we will start here shortly. Hopefully promptly at 9:30 with anyone else to join us this morning. Just make yourselves comfortable. We will start in seated pose today, so bear that in mind. Maybe use this time, your eyes open or closed, just to take a few minutes to yourself. Releasing any thoughts, any errands, chores, things you have to do today. Just take a couple minutes for you. And during your practice too. Start in a minute. Again, if you're just joining us right now, this is a great time to grab your props that you think you need. I do have my blanket. Other alternatives are towel, beach towel. You could get a pillow, especially if your knees are a little irritated, and sometimes just a cushion knees in certain poses is great. Or maybe in Shavasana, you want to use it as a pillow. A resting pose. Okay, it's 9:30, so welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. My name is Sara, and I am a level 2 certified yoga instructor for Warriors at Ease. And I'm going to guide you through the next 30 minutes. So again, welcome. And we're going to start a seated position. I like to use a block. If you don't have a block, don't worry. It's just a great way to release, should I say, the hips and the knees a little bit. This allows those hips to really open up a little bit more. I'm going to sit up nice and tall, super important. We really want to lengthen that spine. Like, imagine from the crown of your head, so let's pull it up. We're sitting nice and tall. You can have your hands. We're sitting on your knees. You have your hands down. We're going to take a moment here. Just focus on our breath. So if your eyes open or closed, I want you to just take a moment to acknowledge your breath, just as it is. Remember, as always, without judging, just noticing any movement, where the breath enters the body, where the breath leaves. It's a short breath, and it's a longer breath. Just take a moment to notice your breath, just as it is. Now you place one hand on the belly, one on the upper chest. This is just a great way to really notice the movement in your belly even more. So we're going to take a deep inhale. We're going to work on a 3-part breath. We're going to allow that belly to really expand. Feel that air travel up the rib cage all the way to the upper chest. And then as we exhale, we feel the rib release. We allow the belly to go all the way down. Just being really conscious of our breath. So we're going to take another deep inhale. Really allowing that belly to expand. Feeling it all the way up to the upper chest. And then as we exhale, allowing the belly button to come all the way down to our spine. One more time. Take a deep inhale. Really allow the belly to expand. Feeling the air travel up the rib cage all the way to the upper chest. As we exhale, slowly release. Eventually allowing that belly button to come all the way down to the spine. So throughout our practice, I really want you to focus on this breath, really using that belly. Making sure we're sitting up nice and tall still. We're going to do a few little twists. So we're going to place that left hand on that right knee, right hand to the mat, and we're just going to gently twist over to that right side. You may be right here, or you may want to open up that shoulder. It is the beginning. Our bodies are still a little stiff, so go where you need to go. It's okay if you're still right here. And then we'll gently come back to center. And we'll place our right hand on the opposite knee, left hand behind, and then we'll gently twist it. And again, if it's in your practice that that's where your body wants to go today, try open up the shoulder and gently look behind. If that does not feel good on your neck, just look to the side. You can still get a nice little twist. And we'll come back to center. So if you're on the block, we're going to remove the block. We're actually going to bring our legs out in front. We're going to do a nice forward fold. It's really going to build up our leg strength and our spine for future poses. So we're going to inhale our arms up, and then we're going to gently forward fold with a rounded back, going towards those toes. Now don't worry if you can't touch your toes. You can also start here at the thighs and just gently allow those hands to slide down as far as they go. So go where you need to go. Allow the neck, head, and shoulders to relax. Using that breath. Remember, with each inhale, a little bit deeper on the exhale. So the inhale, we're creating the space. The exhale, we're moving into that space. And then we'll gently come all the way up. So we're going to place the right foot over by that left knee. You can bring it a little bit closer, but ideally right by that knee. We do a nice little twist here. So if it's comfortable in the shoulder, we're going to inhale those arms up, and then we're going to twist over to that side. You can place your hand on that knee. You can gently rest that arm. That right hand is behind. And we'll gently twist to the side. And again, if you've got that flexibility, you open up that shoulder and look behind. Still sitting nice and tall. And come back to center. I'm going to switch legs. So we're going to bring that left one over to this right side by that right knee. Right foot is nice and flexed to protect the knee. And again, you can start with your left hand behind and gently bring it over. I like to bring my arms up. It just gives me that nice little movement to twist. Still nice and straight. Nice straight spine. So we can twist to the left. And then again, you can open up that shoulder to low behind if it's in your practice. On your next breath, come back to center. We'll do one more forward fold so the legs out nice and straight. Inhale those arms up. You can start at the thighs and then gently reach towards those toes as close as you can. Move around your back this time. Go ahead. Letting the head to rest between those biceps. Again, using the breath to get a little bit deeper. With each exhale, getting a little bit deeper. And then we'll gently come all up. So from here, we're going to come into tabletop. We will not be in tabletop for very long. So we're going to start in tabletop. I'm going to have those wrists underneath those shoulders, fingers are nice and spread. We're just going to open up the hips for a moment. We're going to do those nice circles. We're in the clockwise direction, moving forward and coming back towards the heels. Nice little circle. I'm going to do 3 in one direction, and I'll do 3 in the opposite direction. Come the other way. Open up the hips a little. And go as far back as you need. And then we'll come back to the center. So we're going to do some cat-cows. So again, things are nice and spread. I'm going to take that deep inhale, looking up, belly expands. And then exhale, chin to chest. Really arching that back, pushing through those arms. So take another deep inhale, really expand that belly. And then exhale, chin to chest. One more time, take a deep inhale. And exhale, really arching that back. And we'll come to a neutral spine. So if your feet are not flexed, flex those feet. So we're going to push through the palms of those hands. And we're going to come up into downward facing dog. So I really want you to push through those palms, shoot that tailbone to the sky. Now, if this is causing a lot of pressure on those shoulders, you can bend those knees slightly. There's a modification there. And from here, I want you to wiggle those legs one at a time. Again, open up those leg muscles. Hips a little bit. You can go from side to side. And then gently come back. And then we're going to tiptoe those fingertips all the way to those toes. And then we're going to ragdoll those arms. We're just going to hang here for a moment. Really allow that whole beautiful body just to hang here. Take it a moment. You can sway from side to side if you like. And then gently forward fold. Remember to forward fold if you cannot touch your toes, and that is okay. Always use a block. So this is always an option. And we're gonna come about half flat back. And exhale now. Again, the block is an option. And then we're gonna bend those knees and come all the way up. And hands. So I'm going to turn to face you. And we're going to stand in mountain pose. So your feet are about hip distance apart. Hands by your side. Bring your shoulders up, back, and down. Really going to focus on grounding down in to the mat. Finding that stability. So in this pose, I want you to pick those toes up, spread them apart, and then gently send them back down. So again, pick those toes up, spread them apart, and then gently. We're going to test our balance from here. Still working on the stability in this pose. We're going to gently come up on those toes. Go as high or as low as you need. And gently come down. Let's get step a little bit back on the mat. We do it one more time. I'm going to come up on those toes. And then gently come. So you can stay in mountain pose, or you can cross the left over the right. If this does not feel very stable, you can come back to mountain pose. But we're going to cross that left over that right. And we're going to bring those arms up. We're going to take this right hand and grab that left and just gently come into our half moon. Nice full stretch here. Always remembering to smile. And then gently come back to center. And we're going to forward fold with our legs still in this position. Again, you can always use that block. And if you want a further little twist, you can gently bring those hands over to that right side. But listen to your body. It's a great IT band stretch here. And then we'll gently come back to the center if you're in the side. And then we'll gently come all the way up. And move on, cross those legs. Or you may have just stayed in mountain pose and that is okay. So we're going to do the other side. I'm going to bring the right over the left. So we're going to inhale those arms up. We're going to take this left hand, grab that right wrist lightly, and then come over to this side. Now half moon on this side. Nice stretch all the way down the right side of the body. You can always, if it's uncomfortable to have those arms up, you always bring them to the waist and gently just lean over. Not quite the same, but I can bring an arm down and gently lean over this way. Lots of different modifications. So we're going to come all the way back up. Then we're going to forward fold. You can use that block in front if you need. And again, you can do this little twist to the left. You do not have to. Lots of different level of modifications. This nice IT band stretch here. And gently back to center. And coming all the way up. And hands to heart center. And if your legs crossed, cross these legs. We build a little bit of stability in this pose. And so now we're going to work on our tree this morning. So we need to pick your right foot up. You have hands at heart center, arm and waist. And we're actually going to gently put it back down on the mat. And I want you to ground down the big toe, little toe, heel into the mat. And then we're going to gently lift that right heel and go into whatever variation of tree. So you may be here to kickstand. Maybe here on that cuff. You may bring it up above the knee. So it needs to be below above the knee. You may be here. So the knee wants to be facing over to that left side. If you have a wall or a chair, you could hold on. So lots of different options. And you can even bring up here into that crease, that thigh, with the sole of the foot facing up. Hands can be at heart center. Hands can be on the waist. Or you can even create branches. So you go where your body needs to go today. Again, you could be here at that little kickstand. You could be holding onto a wall or a chair, one hand on your hip. You can use a block right here, a little bit of elevation if you've got that kickstand. Lots of different modifications. One more breath. And then gently release out of the pose. So we're going to do the other side. So take a deep inhale first in that mountain pose, really grounding down first. And exhale. So we're going to pick the left foot up this time and gently press it down back into the mat, big toe, little toe, heel into the mat. And then from here, we'll come into our tree pose. So again, you can have that little kickstand, it could be here, it could be above your knee. Hands can be heart center, waist. You could create those branches. You could even be a cactus if you want to be. But choose where you want to be today. I'm going to keep my hands on heart center. I'm going to put it just below the knee. Knees facing over to the right. It takes a lot of balance. Always remember to smile in this pose. It's a great pose because it extends both sides of the brain, which we don't quite often do. It's a great way to start Friday. Energize. One more breath here. And then we'll gently release. So we're going to come to the top of our mats. We're not there already. And we're going to gently come down. So we're going to inhale those arms up. And then gently come down to that forward fold. Okay. Remember that you can hold on to a block if you need. You come to ragdoll right here. So hold this for a moment. Turn and weight the upper body. Hang heavy here. And then we're going to inhale flat back. And then exhale, hands to the mat. So we're going to gently set those hands forward. You can bend your knees if you need. And then we'll gently come all the way down to the mat, however you need to get there. And we'll bring our hands one on top of the other. And just gently rest our chin on top of those arms. Bring those legs up. And we're just going to gently windshield wipe out from side to side. You can even rest that forehead on those. Just releasing those legs from those standing positions. Windshield wiping from the side. And then we'll gently release. I'm going to come over onto the backs. So we're on our back. I'm going to take this left leg and place it over that right ankle. So we have a nice little hip opener here. And so you can stay right here and gently press the hand on that knee. So you can be right here. And don't feel bad if that's where you're at. It actually feels really good. I love to just gently press that knee here. Or you can interlace those fingers and bring them underneath that right You can lift the head to get into the pose if you need, and bring it down. Another option. Flexing that foot and then bringing that knee close to the chest. Another option here. Tucking that chin slightly, lengthening that neck. Nice stretch. And then we'll gently release it down and we're going to switch legs. So this time we're going to place that right ankle over that left. And again, you can stay right here, placing that right hand on that knee, gently getting a little stretch here, opening up that hip. Or you can interlace those hands underneath. And gently bring that knee closer towards the chest. Nice stretch here. Using that breath, flexing that foot. And then we'll gently release hands by our side. I'm just going to gently reach the wide those legs. From side to side. Bring it back to center. We're going to bring those hands out into a T. And then we'll gently bring those legs over to the left. As close as you can. You also bring a block or a blanket underneath those knees for support. Like this. And then gently look over to the right if that feels good. You may also want to look up. We tend to look in the opposite direction. Get in a nice twist there. And then we'll gently come back to center. And we're going to do the other side. So we're going to gently bring those legs over to the right. And again, you can use a block or a blanket or a pillow to support those knees. And either looking up or if it feels good with the neck, you can gently look to the opposite. Using your breath. And back to center. So we're going to allow those legs to come all the way down. Arms by your side to begin. Then we're going to bring that right knee in, a little bit of wing removing. So we're going to bring it in as far as we can. Interlace those fingers below the knee. You maybe here at the thigh. Eventually you get here right underneath that knee. And bring that knee in towards that right armpit. So you want to bring that left calf needs to be touching the mat. So it helps sometimes to flex that left foot. And also to tuck the chin. It's almost like you're looking down at your own chest. Just to lengthen that neck. Make everything nice and flat on the mat. And then we'll gently release. So when you do the other side, so I'm going to bring that left one in. You may be here, hold it here, that thigh, or interlacing below that knee. Right foot is flexed to get that calf onto the mat. And then we'll gently bring it towards that left armpit. We'll be using that breath, that inhale, creating the space. And on the exhale, moving into that space, tucking your chin, lengthening that neck. Now I'm moving my neck over to see you guys. And then gently release. We're going to take a resting pose here. Now you can be flat on the mat. You can have your knees up. You can even be in a butterfly with those soles of the feet together and the knees out. Whatever is comfortable for you in this resting pose. So our hands by our side, with our eyes open or closed. I'm going to talk you through a little tense and release first. So I want you to start by squeezing your toes, your thighs, your glutes, the entire lower body. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as tight as you possibly can. And gently. This time I want you to create a fist with those hands and I want you to squeeze it as tight as you possibly can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And to squeeze our faces. And that might seem a little strange. We're going to squeeze as tight as we possibly can. Bring everything into the center. Squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And allowing each part of the body to relax. Just for a few moments. Then you have your eyes open or closed. This is your time. You can daydream if you like. If your thoughts go elsewhere, focus on that spot just below the belly button. And back to breath. Just taking these few moments. Start to bring awareness to your body. Perhaps wiggle those fingers, wiggle those toes. Start to find your regular breath. Next breath, we're gently going to come over to one side, doesn't matter which side. You can explore and come into a fetal position. And just hold this for a moment. It's one of my favorite poses in the practice. Just come here for a moment. And then we're going to gently use the arm to come back to a sitting position. So you can use the block again to sit on if you like. You do not have to. And we're going to sit here for a moment. Take your time. And come sit up nice and straightening your shoulders up, back, and a nice little twist. You can use simple when you just gently bring that hand over, or you can bring those arms up and then gently twist from left to right side. The right hand comes behind, left on the knee. Gently open up that shoulder. That's where you're at today. Perhaps maybe noticing how different this feels at the end. Perhaps you go a little further. It's okay if you're still here. Listen to your body. And then we'll bring those arms up and inhale and come all back to the other side. So again, you can go to that left. Open up that shoulder behind. Make sure everybody's nice and tall. And then we'll inhale those arms up and come to heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me on this wonderful Friday. Being part of Operation Resilience. If you feel you would like to donate, there's a link at the bottom. We appreciate your donations and thank you. And we'll see you next Friday.